So this is going to be a demonstration of the access request flow in Teleport via Jira. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to request some access in Teleport using both the web browser and the command line, and I'm going to be able to see those requests in Jira and approve or deny them based on dragging them to a certain swim lane or column in Jira. So I'll first demonstrate how this looks from the web UI of Teleport. So I want to request access here to this prod app server. So I click on request access here. I can choose what duration I want that to be for, and I fill in a reason saying I need production access, please. So I'm going to click on submit request, and when I do this, it's going to send the request to Jira. It will appear in the left-hand column here, in the pending column, indicating that there's a new request that needs to be approved. So when I click on this request, we can see the details. So I'm logged in as this contractor user, Gus Contractor, and we can see Gus Contractor requested access at this time with these roles. We see the reason, I need production access please, and we see the access request ID, which ends in 02A here. If I click on this particular link and go to Teleport, I can see a bit more detail about the request, 02A, as we know. We can see the name of the node I'm requesting access to as well. You can approve access to this via the Teleport web UI here as an administrator user as well. I'm an administrator on the left and a contractor on the right. But actually, I'm going to do this via Jira. So what I'm going to do is, because I want to approve this request, it's fine. I'm going to pick up this request and I'm going to drag it into the approved column. So by dropping it there, the request will be approved. And if I request, we can see the status here 02A is pending in Teleport. If I refresh this, we can see that this request has now been approved. We can look at the details, we see exactly what the request was, click on assume roles, and that's going to give me the access. And when I go back to the resources view in Teleport, we can see here is the server that I requested access to. I can pick my user and I can sign in. And I can do everything here that I would do normally on a server, and this session will all be recorded. I can do all of my administrative actions, everything that I needed access to production to do, and then when I log out, that session recording will be saved. I've got that access for the next 7 hours and 26 minutes because that's what I requested in my role. So that's how it works via the web UI. Now I'll do a quick demonstration of how this works via the command line as well. So if I look at what I have currently, I'm signed in as the same Gus Contractor user at the command line. And I don't actually have access to anything here. Like again, I have no Kubernetes clusters, no servers, nothing like that. If I take a look in the web UI, I can actually see with these requestable resources, I want to get access to this Kubernetes cluster here. So if I copy its name and go back to the command line, I can do tshkube login into solutions Kate shared US West 2. So I don't currently have access to that, so it's asking me to enter a reason. So I can say, I need Kubernetes access, please. I can submit that request. And again, the same request card will appear in Jira for approval. I can see that card's just appeared here. I can also look at the web UI where I can see I've requested access to this Kubernetes cluster and that's in the pending state. This is 0C4, this particular access request. We open this up, we can see it's the same thing. Gus Contractor requested Kubernetes access, 0C4 is the idea. As the administrator, again, I can open this up, I can take a look at it and I can say, yes, Gus has requested this access. In this particular instance, I don't want to approve Gus's access. So what I'm actually going to do is drag this to the denied column. So if I move this over to denied here, that will deny the request and Gus will get the response at the command line saying, no, you've not been denied. 0C4 has been set to denied. And if I refresh the web UI view for the contractor, I see the same thing. The request was denied. So that's something that you can leverage if you want to do that. I'll also quickly explain about the audit log in Teleport as well, where if I go into the audit log here and I refresh, we'll see the state of these requests here. So in the audit log for Teleport as well. So if I go down here, we can see 02A. This was my original server access request. I can look at the details. I need production access, please. Here's the node. Here's the role I was requesting. Here's the name of the user, that sort of thing. We see that's in pending state. And then when it was approved in Jira and dragged to that approved column, I can also see here, Jira, the delegator on this, has updated the access request to set it to approve. And my Jira bot has done that. So I have an integration configured between Jira and Teleport. And when I move that card into the swim lane, it updates the status of the access request in Teleport. So that's a quick view of how access requests in Teleport can be managed via Jira. Thanks.